Hey everybody, Random Dave back. I got an issue here with the window won't go down. You hear the motor spinning, so I think it's off its track, and that means we're gonna have to take off this door panel here and get in there and get the the window back on track. And the actual glass itself sits in a metal bracket, a metal holder. It's a long, thin compression fit thing for the window to fit in, and then the actual motor and assembly, the window assembly, kind of attaches to that metal bracket, and it's got a gearing mechanism, like a scissor mechanism that moves, raises and lowers the window. So that kind of pops out of the actual glass pops out of the metal bracket, or slides out in such a fashion that the scissor mechanism pops out of its track. And so we have to see which one of those issues is the problem, and then we can address it. So we're going to get into this door right now and see what we got. So one thing I do recommend, I got these at good old Harbor Freight, plastic trim removal tools. There's a variety of sizes I got over there. The ones that I'll be using are probably these smaller ones. As I say, I've done this before, so yeah, we're gonna go at it. First things first is there's a couple of screws in here that we have to deal with. So one is underneath this little holder here. Get your tool underneath and try to pop up that little handhold thing. There we go. Screw in there. You see that one? Good. Next screw is behind here. Now there's a little tab inside that we're gonna have to get at. Take a small screwdriver, pop that little window open, and we see a screw hiding behind there. Might as well just start there. Put that in that little plastic holder that we just removed so we don't lose it. Got that other screw here. I'm gonna take that out like so. The next thing is this frame around here. There's a little spot somewhere above the lock switch that we have to kind of get at. Lift. I'm gonna go in, kind of lift down or pull down, and that one starts to remove that. This other side underneath the handle, lift and pull. Out she comes. Remove that panel. Normal. Gotta do a little shimmy. Got some connections we gotta remove. So that connection is just a simple pinch and pull. If we can get a view of that. Try to, I mean, you can see I've been in here, others have been in here, but that's life. These things do go happen. This adhesive is really pretty sticky, so, but do try to preserve it, because this is kind of a weather shield against moisture and, you know, moisture mostly. And we're gonna get this one out too for the speaker so we can get the plastic out of the way. Guess it's been a while. This tab is not it. It's on this side here. So here's your little tab. Squeeze in, pull, done. So I just roll up the plastic and kind of tuck it behind the door handle. For now, that's good. Keeps it out of the way. So I'm taking a peek around, and what do I see hiding in the bottom there? You see just the edge of it. That's the actual track. So this glass is just kind of sitting there on its own. Something's holding it up. Yeah, it sucks when that happens, but such is life. Okay, we're gonna try and get you a view underneath there. Just show you what we got. And so that's actually pushing up on the glass, holding it up in position. You can see this is the track that the green thing fits in. So anyway, that's going up underneath the old up and under, and we're gonna have to merge that with the bottom of the glass, and that is not a fun experience. Since we're gonna have to be moving the assembly up and down, we're gonna have to pull this switch out so we don't have to leave the door kind of hanging and dangling. There are some little tabs on the sides that we're gonna release. We'll do that right now. We're gonna release those little tabs in there. They're on the sides. And two. And we can lower. If you recall, that green bit, there she is. So this window, this glass is actually, the glass is actually now just hanging in there by friction. Reach our hand under there and see if we can manipulate this glass. Sometimes the friction in there is not so great and that thing will want to drop down, so you be careful now. Since this thing will slide and drop if you're not careful, it's a good idea to tape it in place with some painter's tape or masking tape, something like that. So you can see I ran some tape on there. It just helps. It's not, you know, kung fu grip hold. It's just there to, you know, help you out a little bit. Get the glass exposed underneath. You can see Toyota. There's our lower edge. And I'm not sure if you can make it out, but there's kind of a dust line. And then beneath that dust line, there's a little second ridge. Let's see if we can get a focus. Very faint second ridge. That is our ridge from our bracket. You can just kind of make it out. So hopefully that's gonna help us in our alignment. Here's a good angle into the track. And then what we can do is start to raise this up till it meets close to the glass. We'll use our switch, lift, 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 and we'll raise that whole thing up. Found the bottom edge of the glass. We're gonna go just a little bit beyond that. So basically what I feel here is the bottom of the metal track is even with the bottom of the glass. So that first attempt wasn't working too well. So what I'm doing now is I actually took the black rubber out, slid that on the glass, and now I'm going to try to slide the metal over the rubber part. That seems like a much better approach to this whole thing. The truth of the matter is that was pretty awful. It took about 10-15 minutes. What I did was I put the rubber part on first. I had to use a piece of tape on the opposite side to hold the rubber part onto the glass. I tilted the metal bracket on an angle so that I could just get the corner edge of it on, and tapped it in with this dead blow 1-pounder. So I got that started, and then I just made sure that I could feel along the bottom edge that the metal bracket was lined up underneath the rubber piece properly so that it would sit in there. And I just kind of started, I stuck this underneath and just started wrapping along. Yes, wrapping along the bottom until I could get it seated. Then I went to the opposite side, felt along underneath where the edge of that bracket was. Tap, 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 tap it, tap, tap, all along until I could get it to seat in there, and just back and forth and back and forth. I hope I'm in the right spot on this glass. If not, this thing's gonna pop out, so we're gonna test it and see if we're in the right spot. You can see when we come down, that's where it ends. There's about 2 inches. It's gonna be hard to see, but we're actually okay. That's the point where it's maximally pushed out to the left of that bracket. So that's about 3/4 of an inch or an inch or so. So up she goes. She works. What more can you ask for? Thanks for watching, and hopefully this helped you out. Please like and subscribe, and if you want, hit that notification. And we look forward to the next one. We'll see you soon. Random Dave out.